Hey everybody, Ronaldo Hoffman here with CompuShow Video Manuals. Now, in one of the videos I talked about being able to right-click on different buttons. So, like for example, I'm going to select this one here, and then I can hit the Enter button or whatever button I mapped on my MIDI-Con or any MIDI device, and it selects it. However, I had somebody ask, well, what happens if you have multiple switches in one light and you want to activate all of them at the same time? Well, you can do that across multiple pages. So if let's say I have my focus spot and I have another light and so forth, I can select multiple ones and it'll grab them all. But it will not allow you to grab multiple buttons within that fixture page itself. And the reason is because technically when you select, it's basically, you can see here in your third tab, it's selecting that tab individually and has it queued up, and then you hit Enter. There isn't currently a way to be able to select multiple things. So if you're busking a show, and let's say, for example, we've got our focus spot 3Zs, and you want to have a color and a gobo ready to go, can you do that in CompuShow? Well, the answer is the way it's set up right now, no, unfortunately you can't. But the beauty about CompuShow is that there is certainly a way to do everything you want. It's not the prettiest solution, but it does work. First thing you're going to do for this is we are going to open up our editor. Now, this is the focus spot 3Z, and what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and save as. And I have it here under this country club that I'm working at, but we're going to do focus spot 3Z, and I'm just going to call it demo. Okay. First thing is we want to find out which mode we do want to use. To keep things simple, I'm actually just going to use mode 2, which does not have the pan and tilt. So we're going to delete mode 1. So now we have pan and tilt. We've got our color. We've got our multiple gobo wheels. And what else do we have here? Let's see. We have our prism rotation. We have our shutter, dimmer, focus, autofocus. There's quite a bit with this particular fixture. And first thing is we want to write down exactly how many options you want to control at the same time. Now, you can control with what I'm going to show you as multiple as you want, but we're going to keep it simple. So we're really going to just focus on pan and tilt. So we have, let's see, channels 1 and 2 are pan and tilt. So I'll just call it XY. Okay. Our third channel is color. 4 and 5 are gobos. And you can have these separately if you want, but we're just going to group them into gobos. All right. Then we have 6, which is gobo rotation. Then we have our 7 and 8, which is our prism options. Oops, I'm messing with my Mac, not my Windows here. So then we have 7 and 8, which is prism. And then we're going to leave just 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, all on 1 for now. I'm not going to worry about that. Again, you can separate it if you want to, but I'm just really wanting to show you the basics of this. 9 through, I said 18. Let's double check here. Yes, okay. So now we've got that, everything else. So basically what's going to happen is we are going to make 1, 2, 3, 6 more modes. So we have our mode 1. Now we're going to copy and paste. So there's our mode 2. And now what we're going to do is we are going to delete, 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 and delete. There is mode 1 right, or mode 2 right there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, just to kind of keep things simple, I'm just going to write 2 just so I know the starting mode. Now we're going to go here. We're going to copy and paste again. So there's mode 3. Now in this case, we're going to delete pan and tilt. We're just going to have the colors. So there is that being deleted, 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 and you guessed it, deleted. All right, so now we're going to paste it again. I forgot we don't have to copy each time. And now we have our 2 gobos together. So we're going to delete, delete, delete. And now we're just going to have the gobos. So now we've got our mode 4, which is just the gobos. Next, we have a gobo rotation. So now we're going to delete, 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 delete. There's a gobo rotation. Delete, delete, and delete. Great. Now we're going to paste again. And now we have our prism, which is 7 and 8. And last, we have everything else. So we're going to delete, delete. So there it is. So basically between mode 2, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 channels, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. We're going to go ahead and save that. All right, now we've got this over here. We're going to save our changes. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and put it under a new one just to be safe. So we're going to call this Video Tutorials. And we're going to call this 3Z. Done. Now we're going to go ahead and go into our pages. We are going to patch. So I'm going to delete actually the Focus Spot 3Z page that I have here. We're going to patch a brand new page. Okay, so now we see our mode 1. We have all of the original ones, right? And we patch the show in. Well, you guys know how to do that part. So now we're just going to patch 2 of them. Since there are 18 channels, the first one is going to be on channel 1, and the second Focus Spot 3Z is going to be on channel 19. Now remember that. So skip mode 1, we're going to go to mode 2, which is just pan and tilt. And now we are going to patch 2 of them. So there's one on channel 1, and there's one on channel 19. Okay, we're going to go here. All right, we're going to enable that. Yes, yes. And we're going to call it Focus Spot 3Z, and it's going to be called Pan Tilt. All right, so there's that. There's our Focus Spot 3Z, Pan and Tilt. Easy. Now we're going to make a new page. And again, back to the video tutorials. Now we're going to go to mode 3, which is our color. We're going to patch 2 of them. So there's one there, and there's the other one. All right, so we've got our color. All right, so now we're going to go again to our page, new page. And now we're going to go again to our video tutorials, 3Z. And we just did our colors. Now we're going to do our 2 gobo wheels. And number of fixtures, you guessed it, we're going to do 2 of them. And now we're going to do here and here.
2,000 years later.
And then I'll just call it rest. Now this is really great because the first time that I saw this was actually Angel Perez, who's another LD, real good friend of mine. He actually did this at one of the clubs that I do the lighting for now. And when he was there for the install, it was for the not the Innos, I'm sorry, the ADJ sweeper beams. And what he did is he did all the colors on one profile, like what I just did there, and the movements on another one. So why would you want to do that? Because then you can actually do real pixel mapping much easier when you don't have to worry about those XY traits. It's basically treating it like a regular LED par. So that was a really easy way of being able to program and doing great stuff on the fly. Now, last thing that we want to do is we've got pretty much our entire thing ready to go. Now we're going to go into our fixtures right here. We're going to make a new group. So basically, we're just going to grab all of them. All right. And we're just going to call it 3Z. So when you want to program everything in one shot, you would go to your master page. Okay, and then if we go here into the new page, or excuse me, new page, I'm sorry, new scene, and OK and edit. And there you can control each individual part. It's not as easy to program like you would where you can see everything in one shot. So you may want to make individual groups for different things, like make a group for just your pan and tilt so that we can control everything much easier. That is the only confusing part about this. But this was made more for busking stuff live. So now here's what happens, right? So we're going to go into our MIDICOM Pro right here. I'm going to just merge the master page there so we can see our MIDICOM Pro a little bit better. Make sure, and if you don't know how to do this, you want to watch my last tutorial on this so you understand. You want to make sure your button activation is set for each individual page that you've made. Not just current page, because then it only activate one page at a time. So there it is right there. There's our Focus Spot 3Z color, gobo rotation, gobos, prism. So now what will happen is I can select my movement. I can pre-position or, change the speed of that. I have my color selected. I have my gobos selected. I have my gobo rotation, and we're going to change that up a little bit. We've got the prism. Then I'm going to hit the button, and there it is. It's selected. So pretty instant. Again, I can also then go over here, and I actually mapped a little button next to the enter one over here on my MIDICON. It's really all the same, but it's just the way that it shows up on the virtual console. So I can go over here. Let's say I'm just going to shut off. Or actually, yeah, I'm going to do a different rotation there. We're going to shut off the prism, hit enter, bam, and then it switches. So it's a really easy way of doing it. And again, this was a request from one of our viewers that had asked, how this can be done. So again, it's not the prettiest method, and it can get pretty complicated if you don't prepare as far as programming. But for busking, boy, this really opens up a lot of possibilities. Again, for programming, you're going to want to go into your individual either fixtures or even in your programming mode, and you want to make sure that you start selecting groups, you know, your pan and tilt as a group, your colors as a group, gobos, and of course when you're using your palettes, that makes things even easier. But again, we just basically fragmented, excuse me. I guess both words can count. We took the profile of the FocusSpot 3Z and just basically broke it into however many pages we needed based on how much control I wanted. So I really hope that helps you guys out. Again, if you guys liked the video, if it helped you out, please leave a comment. It takes a lot of time to get these videos prepared and all that ready for you, a lot of time editing. So please leave a comment, give the thumbs up. Definitely subscribe. Even if you're not a YouTuber, sign up, subscribe. It really helps us content creators, especially as YouTube keeps screwing us nonstop about that. So thank you guys so much. Have a great evening, and God bless.